is good, yo? It's your boy Ty back here with another video, and in this video today, guys, we're going to be going over the 5 tips and tricks that I do have for everyone that is just starting out and beginning my team right now, or somebody that's been playing for a short amount of time that can still use some beginner tips and tricks. Now, before I dive into that, guys, Merry Christmas, man. It's important for us to take a step back and remember what this day is all about, celebrating the birth of Jesus Christ. Now, 5 tips and tricks for my team beginners. Okay, so where do we start? Okay, there's a lot of stuff that beginners in my team need to know. And the reason I'm making this video is because if I was to go to FIFA, to Madden, to MLB The Show, where would I start? That's what I want to know. Now, the tips aren't going to be, what modes to play. We'll get to that. But the tips and tricks are going to be basic, okay? The first tip and trick I have for you guys is that the card tier does not matter, okay? The best example I can give for this is this Diamond Throw Bailey is one of the best cards you can run at the power forward position, okay? He is, and he's 30,000 empty, and he is a diamond card. If that doesn't go to show that card tier does not matter, I don't know what does, okay? Now, specific with this, yes, the card tier doesn't matter, but you want to look for his important stats. So what are these stats you're looking at? First of all, you're looking at the 3-ball, ball handle, driving dunk, defensive stuff matters as well, lateral quickness, stats that don't really matter, okay? Let's talk about it. Where is the passing IQ, passing accuracy? Don't really matter too much. Post hook, post fade, who cares, okay? Those stats don't really matter, okay? And also what you gotta kind of keep in the back of your minds is that Throw Bailey is better than a guy like Paul George, okay? So again, Paul George is a Galaxy Opal. Throw Bailey is a diamond. You can buy 3 or 4 Throw Baileys for the price of Paul George. Okay, keep that in the back of your minds. What also the card tier doesn't talk about or doesn't rate is how good a specific card releases. For example, Throw Bailey's release is way better than Paul George. So don't necessarily worry about having the highest tier of team or the highest rated overall. So when you go in here, look at your overall. Don't worry if that says 98 compared to 92. It does not matter. Now, again, you guys are seeing my team. I'm running Throw Bailey, Kristaps Porzingis, Tyson Chandler. So a really budget type of team. So that's very important to think about. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about is it kind of goes with the first one that, overall doesn't matter. And that height is super important and honestly runs the game in my team. So, for example, you're going to see Throw Bailey on my court instead of a guy like Paul George, okay? You're not going to see a Draymond Green at the 4. Or me run a Draymond Green at the 4. You're not going to see me run James Worthy at the 4 if I can run him at the 3. Height runs the game. And so let's say you got the trophy case rewards done and you will really, really, really like Chris Paul. Well, I'm not saying you can't run Chris Paul at the point guard position. I'm just saying he's going to struggle. So, for example, Chris Paul is fine, but a guy like Diamond Alex Caruso is going to be better. So, go back to the whole, card tier doesn't matter. Yeah, height is more important. So, Diamond Alex Caruso for, 10,000 MT is going to be better than Galaxy Opal Chris Paul. Just because he's taller, man. And having height at all 5 positions is super important because if you want to run Chris Paul or Steph Curry, who's coming out next week, you're going to struggle just because they can't defend their own position. And even if they can, they're going to get put in the 2-man and basically just get attacked on defense. So one thing I like to do is have height at all 5 positions. Wade obviously at the 1. Russ at the 1 is pretty short, only 6'3", but at least he has a wide player build and one of the best offensive point guards in the entire game. The third thing that is super important if you are no money spent or balling on a budget, be careful with your MT. There's not anything that is as important as your MT count in my team. There's a reason I can have a squad like this around Christmas time without spending MT. And I've worked decently hard, but I've only played this for, probably an average of 30 minutes a day. And the reason I have such a good team is because I've been smart with my MT. I mean, I've had a couple of good polls, but I've been really smart with my MT. I haven't spent it on, the new hype beast that comes out. I've really saved it. Use the, budget squad, free cards if you can. And then your MT does slowly add up. So one thing I don't like doing is spending MT on badges. So when you look at all my players, D-Wade doesn't have any extra badges. Russell Westbrook really doesn't have any extra badges. KP not going to have any extra badges. Why? Badges are so expensive in my team. And are badges important? Yes, 100%. I would never say badges aren't important. But if you get caught up spending MT on badges, you'll never be able to save up your MT. So try not, unless a player is going to be there for a couple of months, to really spend a ton of MT on badges, because ultimately it just is not worth it. Now, instead of applying badges, look for players that are badged up. So for example, Ricky Davis. If I just got Ricky Davis, okay, I'm personally going to look for one that's already badged. So on my Ron Artest, I didn't apply any Hall of Famers or badge him up. I already got one badged up on the auction house. That's something that's going to be way cheaper than badging someone out. You know, with the new bronze that just got released, you might be able to find one on the auction house that is fully badged up, that is a lot cheaper than one that you just buy and then proceed to have to badge up. So those are some things that definitely is super important. And you just realize cards normally don't hold their value for very long. So every time you buy a card in the auction house, and then if you proceed to spend 50 to 100,000 on badges and then lose value that you initially spent on that card, it's just not a smart investment. The fourth topic I want to talk about, and this one is important. Play the mode you have fun with. I'm tired, and I'm really tired of people saying, Ty, I don't enjoy playing MyTEAM Unlimited, or Ty, I don't enjoy playing Clutch Time Offline. Don't play it, guys. Don't. There's no reason, unless you're, again, I don't know what they're going to do early on next season, but unless you're trying to beat the game, unless you're trying to get the Larry Bird of next season, there's no reason to drive yourself crazy playing a specific game mode. For example, on my no money spent, look at how many games I have played in Clutch Time Online, in Triple Threat Offline, in Clutch Time Offline. Total less than 5. I don't enjoy it, okay? So, and same thing in co-op. I have 0 games played in co-op. I don't enjoy it. So why would I go and play it instead of playing the game mode I personally enjoy in MyTEAM Unlimited? The reward system for each and every game mode honestly is fair, okay? That's the best way I can say it. The reward system is fair for every specific game mode, and which just play the game you're specifically gonna have the most fun with. It's that simple. Don't drive yourself crazy playing game modes you're not gonna have fun with. If you have fun with the draft, play the draft. If that's the only game mode you have fun with. If you'd rather play the draft mode until you have a decent squad, that's fine. That's what I did in Madden and MLB The Show. I'd go and play their draft modes because my team wasn't good, and that really was the gateway for me building my squad. There's so many different ways to make MT, and I'm going to call this a mode as well, the snipe filter. If you want to, snipe for fun too. That's what I used to do in my team, and that used to be my most fun, is I'd snipe, make MT, and then build a good squad. For example, you can spend all day sniping and make a decent amount of MT where you're going to notice it, okay? Always, always, always play the game mode you have fun with. And they're all rewarding, and that's just the really important thing to think about, is there's not a glaring game mode that's like, dang, that's the most worth it. If you're just starting the game and trying to get a feel for it, play Triple Threat Offline against the computer. Heck, I played it today for, I played, 5 to 10 games, maybe 5 or 6 games. I beat about 5,000 MT in about 20 minutes. There's so many different opportunities for you guys to have fun with. The tokens MT that you make over time is going to all add up. And, just play whatever you're going to enjoy. Don't burn yourself out. Don't drive yourself crazy grinding, especially for the trophy case, guys, or whatever the reward system is. There's nothing that is worth burning yourself out of. There's just not. None of these rewards are like game breaking. Just have fun with it. The last thing I'm going to tell you guys is sell, sell, sell. So for example, if your favorite game mode is Triple Threat Online, you're going to get diamond shoes. You're going to get diamond shoe boosts. You are going to get gold consumables. You're going to get basketballs. If you play MyTEAM Unlimited, you're going to get, again, more rewards, right? If you view the vault rewards, you're going to get, the super trophy case packs. You're going to get stuff as you grind through level 40. The most important thing that you guys can do is sell, sell, sell. Whether it's shoe boosts, whether it's badges, no matter what it is, guys, I can't emphasize it enough. Sell what you have. For example, okay, this is just the example I'm going to use. A gold ball handle, you might not think it holds any value, but you might be able to get 500 MT out of it, which might not seem like a lot, but if you have a couple of them, they can add up. Same thing with gold interior defense. Again, you might not think it goes for a ton, but you might be able to get 1,000 or more MT out of it. I'm not saying every single day you want to go through and do this, but instead of just quick selling things, go through and sell them. It's the same thing with jerseys, historic uniforms, right? For example, I got this classic Kings one. A lot of people would just quick sell it for 500, but if you look it up on the auction house, it goes for $28.50. Those things add up. If you are no money spent looking at how to get your MT up, that is super, super important, man. And that's how I've made most of my MT on the no money spent, probably from badges and shoe boosts, as well as the occasional jerseys. Those are super, super important. Arenas, jerseys, shoe boosts, coaches, all of those things do add up. And it does take a little bit of time, okay? It does. But in my opinion, it is all worth it. That's gonna wrap it up for our video today, guys. Hopefully each and every you guys did enjoy it. Drop a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.